Hola, mi nombre es Víctor Quino, soy artista, pintor. My name is Boris Quino. I'm Victor Quino's son. I actually started learning how to paint. It was necessary for me to express myself. Why he made those paintings is because it was necessary for him to explain himself and to express himself from the inside of him. It comes from his subconscious. Everything is related with expression of emotions that comes from the inside.
Los caballos es un animal que representa la fortaleza, nobleza, ¿no?
Horses are a way to express of emotion, novelty.
Como que si yo fuera el caballo en la pintura, dentro de la pintura, ¿no? Eso es lo que me siento yo.
It's like him being the horse, expressing himself as a noble and gentle person.
Pero siempre, en cada pintura siempre aparece el caballo en una forma automática, mágica, ¿no? Aparece el caballo, porque la técnica que tengo yo es el flotar la tela con color en el canvas y las manchas van, bueno, yo veo, ¿no? Las formas que brotan en las manchas, ¿no? Yo no sé si otra persona podrá ver lo mismo que yo estoy viendo, pero lo que hago es darle luz, sombra y se va formando una composición automática y formas muy extrañas, ¿no?
It's actually work that comes from technique that is flottage. Flottage is grabbing a piece of fabric material and use between the painting, the empty canvas, and himself, and rubber the painting into the canvas. When he does that, amount of dots and images come into him that he actually, the canvas itself talks to him in between and tell him what the images come from. Horses, like himself says, that is just images that represents who he is. The horse represents himself, and when he sees the images of a horse in it, he tries to use the lighting and the shades and also the forms and the colors to just delicate try to place it into the canvas.
Hay casos que han habido predicciones, ¿no? Que yo después de tiempo he visto estas cosas, ¿no? Que han aparecido en el canvas primero y después han pasado, ¿no?
There's cases that he actually, if you go into the surrealist work and also try to describe what surrealist means, André Breton also says that it comes from the predictions from your subconscious, that is a line between the present, past, and the future with no way of putting an order into it. Most of his work, and me as a witness, is that we have known and seen and witnessed that eventually some of his work has come into the past, present, and future, talking into his own thought, and we have been witness of.
Por eso es difícil explicarle a la gente.
That's why it's difficult to explain people how he creates his work, because it doesn't make sense of having a horse with a human body. suffering from anxiety, and I need to just stop taking pills, just express myself, and that was a good example of expressing. He's been mentoring me for the past 6.5 months. I went into a panic attack, and out of nowhere, I went into his art studio and saw this empty canvas and a bunch of paint, and everybody was asleep. Didn't want to wake up anybody. Didn't want to pop a pill just to get my anxiety out. And out of that, I decided to start painting. The next day, after 6 hours of me being awake in the middle of the night, my father walked into the studio. He sees this painting out of nowhere, being finished. And he asked me a bunch of questions of like, how do you do it? The colors are perfect. And since then, I noticed, I'm always a fan of my father's work, and I always try to film him from beginning to end. But I never thought that me being myself with brushes and the canvas would actually relate anything. Since then, I noticed after finishing that, an hour after, I'm looking at him, I'm like, this is me. And since then, my dad is being actually trying to pay more attention to what I do and like guiding me step by step. He's been trying to be really disciplined of what I do, because for me, it's really.
Yo lo dejo.
Sí.
I live it, you know. There's the expression, my son expression. I live it, you know. I don't have technique, don't have the, you know. But I live it, you know. That's
Exactly, he's letting me work free with no.
Don't
have no techniques, no emotion, no nothing,
it's
no knowledge.
It's a therapy for me, you know. I have, you know.
For him, it's like when you told me about that he won the first place, I was just. It's a lot for me. I go and not only I follow his art, but I'm always trying to take him to a lot of art shows, and I always try to be pushing his work, try to advertise it, and having this accomplishment is not only big for me, but it's like
I try, you know, you need, you're supposed to be learning more, you know. You have a lot of canvas here, a lot of painting, a lot of reference here. You know, that's good. That it's lucky, you know. It's lucky, and you know, have a lot of reference in the type,